What's some of the research behind what you're delivering now around corporate well-being and some of the things that you're giving out to the world?
I actually put something together in my head that when we're talking about diversity and inclusion, mental health was an important component that no one was talking about. With all the things you hear about in the news and the media, sometimes it loses its meaning. But at the end of the day, people want to feel like they belong. All of us, basic human need. And that's ultimately what we're shooting for around this whole diversity, equity, and inclusion conversation. Mental health challenges and people challenges go hand in hand. In fact, you can't have one without the other. So I put it together in my head that, I don't know, this is part of the conversation. People who are in minority communities where they're affected by some of these issues we're talking about, maybe it's people of color like myself, maybe it's women, when there are issues around diversity and inclusion in a workplace or in a community, it affects their mental health. So if I'm an employee of color and I'm feeling a sense of racism or discrimination in my company as I'm trying to just get my work done, no matter what my background is or how good I am, that's going to affect how I show up at the job every day. It's going to affect my mental health. The other thing is, when it comes to people who live with serious mental illness who are in the workplace, well, maybe there's some unique gifts that they can contribute that we're not noticing that we need to start noticing. That's another opportunity for this. And this whole conversation in and of itself stresses everyone out, brings up lots of emotions. So you can't have the conversation without getting in touch with your emotions. And that led me to start interviewing people. And eventually I hired a team for my company and we started to put all this together and make this my body of work.
This is part of your legacy building, right? Something that's going to exist beyond you. You have expanded the conversation beyond troubled people, troubled people that need help, because it's not a troubled person in isolation. There's always a context around what has got them to that moment. Awesome that you're kind of bridging those conversations into a bigger conversation about what do we need to do so that people can be their best selves at work.